So what exactly is the census? And if there's any 90s rap fans here, I like to attribute Lil Kim, DMX, and the Lox. They came together and made this song that's now my census anthem called Money, Power, Respect. And I think those three words really sum what the census means for me. Money, it impacts how our federal dollars are allocated to each state. Some research will tell you it's 800 billion, some research will tell you that it's 600 billion. The number goes up as high as $1.5 trillion is what the federal government allocates based on census data. And here in New York, we estimate about $73 billion in 2017. So it's a huge sum of money. And when we talk about the census and getting a fair count, we're not saying New York needs more of that funding. We're asking that New York gets its fair share of that federal pie. When it comes to power, I think Elin had touched on it, that we are entering an age of huge civic engagement. The census data not just informs the money allocation, but also informs how district lines are drawn. Now, we all know the Senate, every state gets 2 seats. But in the House of Representatives, we have 435 assembly districts. And each seat that is allocated to the state is based on that state's population. New York has been on trend and has been continually losing seats in the House of Representatives. And I think this is a good connection to 2020 because what the House of Representatives and the seats is equated in the Electoral College. So when we say that we are voting for the president, we vote for the Electoral College's votes. And if New York loses seats in the House of Representatives, we also lose seats in the Electoral College. That means our vote is weighted less in the presidential elections. And then the last part, and I think the most important part for me, is respect. I work with the immigrant population. It is a population that many people often describe as the invisible populations. The communities are in the shadows. They're not heard, they're not seen. They work hard and then we don't see them. And the census is one of those things where we can really take, reclaim, and make ourselves heard, make ourselves seen and felt. So, and really the census is not just about government and understanding the data. A lot of organizations and a lot of institutions use census data. When I was in school, I was writing my thesis, I would always use census-based data. A lot of researchers, foundations use this to draw conclusions about communities. And when you're not part of their conclusions, when they don't see you in those numbers, their decisions and conclusions won't be inclusive of your needs. And that's really how I understand the census. Thank you, DMX and Lil Kim.